undertakes, every class she teaches, every student or employee she mentors. This approach, evident in all of her work, makes her a social scientist of the highest ethical caliber. This approach has also translated to profound health and social benefits for citizens of North Carolina. Laura, in addition to this award, we understand it is your birthday today, so we also want to wish you a happy birthday in addition to these congratulations.
So that's perfect. I'm sure it's a low-calorie cupcake. First of all, I just have a couple of remarks. I'd like to, so this is a big surprise. I'm very humbled, and I want to thank Dr. Joanna for nominating me and for this selection, to the selection committee for this really lovely honor. Second, I feel really blessed to be at a university that values engaged scholarship. I think we all know of institutions that value engagement, not so much the scholarship part. And we're also know of universities that sort of value the scholarship regardless of who's participating in research and some of the programs that we offer. So I'm very, very grateful to be here at Carolina, where both of those are put together in such a beautiful way. And I'm thankful to organizations like the Center, Lynn and her leadership, that allows us to do the work that we do and to bring recognition to those who, many deserving, I'm sure, folks were nominated who didn't necessarily get the awards this year, but certainly are deserving of, the recognition that hopefully they'll get at some future time. In addition, and probably third, but probably most important, is that those of you who are involved in research, like we do, which is community-based participatory research, know that it's really not about the me in all this. It's really a team science approach. And so I'm very, very blessed to have a team, multiple teams actually, some of which who are here, and I just like them to wave their hands today. All you in the back, you're right up nice and high. Because there's no way that we could do the research that we do for the citizens of North Carolina and elsewhere without them. I'm very grateful for their work, their hard work. We try to have fun in the work that we do, because I think when you're talking about health promotion and preventing disease, it's really about helping folks think about how to have a better quality of life. And so I want to acknowledge Carolyn and Diane, Sharice, I don't think Sharice is here, Barbara, and there's been probably 100 different students that have worked on the various projects that we've supported with this research. So, and I also know that it's Jiang's birthday too, who's also with us. So, yay, Jiang! So, again, I just want to say thank you very much for this award. I really take it on behalf of my research teams and appreciate it very much. Thank you.
You're going to have to figure out how to split that cupcake. I have no doubt. Next is Claire Lorch. Claire is the Community Outreach Coordinator at the Botanical Gardens, and she is receiving this award for her outstanding dedication to the Carolina Campus Community Garden. Over the years, Claire has implemented a number of creative programs representing the values of the university. With the garden, she has brought together the campus and community with a common purpose, providing free, fresh produce to university employees most affected by the current economic downturn and struggling to feed their families. In one 10-month period, more than 83 volunteers were involved, and more than 15 university units and student groups, in addition to a myriad of community agencies and organizations. Her nominators said, among other things, Claire's steadfast commitments and diligence to the garden is remarkable. It is through her leadership and embracing the importance of community that the garden owes its success. She possesses that rare balance of patience and perseverance. Always positive and even-keeled, she thoughtfully waded through initial politics and sensitive waters required to get the garden off the ground and kept the process rolling. Without her, the garden could not have succeeded, and with her, it can't help but blossom. Congratulations, Claire.
This garden is a garden with a mission and quite possibly a soul. Our mission, as you've already heard, our whole reason for being is to help out UNC employees. Employees who most of us never see, feed their families fresh fruits and vegetables during these tough economic times. People have been drawn to this garden because of what it says about us, the university, and our willingness to take the next step. We distribute food at times most convenient to employees, and for third shift, that means 7 in the morning. Several of the housekeeping zone managers make sure that their employees benefit from these distributions by taking the time to drive them over to the distribution site themselves. One of those managers put it this way: these distributions show the housekeepers that the university cares about them as people, not just as housekeepers. And we know from the turnout at the distributions, the housekeepers' enthusiasm and their disappointment when we run out of vegetables that our efforts are appreciated. I'm not sure we fully understood how important that message of goodwill was to employees and to the garden at first, but Jackie Overton did. She chairs the employee forum, and she has taken the message of this importance of the garden to the chancellor and the board of trustees, not once, but over and over again. Not only that, but she makes time to volunteer in the garden. Speaking of the university, it's been wonderful to see the university embrace what the garden has become and what it stands for. Not only have they provided the land and water, but we couldn't have done this without the help of ground services, the biology department's greenhouse, the property office, our sponsoring unit, the North Carolina Botanical Garden, all the way up to the chancellor. And I would not be standing here today if it weren't for the thousands of hours of volunteer time contributed by a diverse cross-section of our campus and surrounding community, including our dedicated advisory board and all the folks willing to get their hands dirty even when it's cold and wet or when the temperatures are over 100 degrees. And if that's not enough, as a program of the Botanical Garden in the university, we serve as a hands-on learning lab for several undergraduate and graduate courses and for the larger community. Clients from Wake Enterprises, the Voc Rehab Program, attend garden work days to prepare them for landscaping employment. This summer, a recipient of the Eve Carson Scholarship will be working with high-risk youth in the garden, building a new compost container along with their leadership skills. And Goodwill Industries, through their program for adults with developmental disabilities, donates seedlings to the garden. Speaking of donations, we are the recipients of some wonderful in-kind contributions, foundation grants, and gifts from individuals that have helped make this garden productive and beautiful. And before I finish, I need to make a special thanks to my husband. It's not my birthday, but yesterday was my 32nd anniversary, and if anyone's been out to the garden, you will see some of Fred Stang's beautiful structures. So I invite you to come and see. I am grateful for this award. It means a great deal to me personally and for the garden itself. Thank you again to everyone who has made the garden what it is